we just lost George Sapong. He should join us shortly. When he does, we'll bring him on.
But even before George comes in, I mean, if I hear media saying that the property is yours, go attack the property. Just like saying, go attack the officers because this is public property. I mean, public property. Now, when that attack on public property is ended, where do you think they go? So is the media saying that when matters come to worse and push comes to shove, they will justify armed robbery?
Okay.
Mr. Joseph, without permit, it's like stealing. It's akin to stealing.
Thank you. Mr. Joseph, we're asking what you have been doing because you are responsible for regulating.
Thank you very much, Thompson. And let me acknowledge the brilliance of the panelists and the commitment they brought to those discussions. I particularly heard the passionate comments of Senior Fan Davis on the issue of media responsibility in the issue. I have two quick comments. Number one is directly on your question of what has the NNC been doing. With respect to the particular presenter in issue, we have issued a number of warnings to the station. First, this is the same presenter who said that the Western Regional Minister, he spoke chief. He made statements implying that the Western Regional Minister is stupid, like a northern politician. We cautioned him, cautioned the station. The management said they saw nothing wrong with what he was doing. It is the same presenter who wished that Nana Otuo Srebo would be killed, chairman of the Council of State. We cautioned management of the station once again. They said they saw nothing wrong with what he was doing. It is the same presenter who called the Chief of Defense Staff and the generals of the Ghana Armed Forces beast. He's the same presenter who insulted the chiefs and people of Turkey to the point that they had to perform rituals to declare him persona non grata. The management of the station said they see nothing wrong with all these issues. So we stepped the matter up to the board and said, if management is thinking at the level of the presenter, they would be unable to deal with this problem. We believe that the board will bring something higher to this. And we really want to encourage all of you to look at the kinds of people on the board. Samson, the board wrote back to say that they also endorse the behavior of the presenter and they see nothing wrong with it. This is at the point at which we filed a notice of revocation against the station with the National Communications Authority. So with respect to this particular presenter, this is the chronology of events. I want to make a quick comment on his defense that he made the comment about a year ago. That is a pitiful display of ignorance. So this is a presenter who doesn't even have the most basic understanding of media effects and how it operates. He does not understand how media content operates on the public mind. But once we talk about this presenter, we also need to have the same courage that Senator Frank Davis, yourself, and the others display in saying that he is only a villain puppet. The problem is with the mind that...
Oh, we lost George Sapong again. When we get George Sapong, he was wrapping up, so we get him and get that done, and then we'll move on. Bashiratu, what do you say? You are involved in labor matters. You are involved with grassroots and dealing with people. What do you think, from what you have heard so far and seen, has happened in Obuasi, and how do we go about resolving it?
My Samson. First, let me say that...
Bashiratu, hold on. Let's finish with George Sapong. George Sapong was wrapping up. Hello, yes. Mr. Sapong.
So, Samson, the point I was seeking to make is that we need to see what this presenter is doing within its context. He is only a puppet villain. those who are holding the strings controlling him also need to be brought to order. As far as the National Media Commission is concerned, this was the idea behind LIT for the content standards in electronic communication. And we strongly believe that all of us need to raise. I heard you raise the question of jurisdiction, and I knew that you were seeking to educate the public. Let all those who sit outside and send in wrongful content understand that you do not avoid liability by standing at Aflao and throwing bomb into Togo and claiming that there are no jurisdictional matters in there. It is the same thing that applies to media content. Where you sit to do the act may not matter. The society that you impact may well be where you be held liable.
Yeah, but the thing is that they take safety in the fact that they are not in your country. You can't get them. That's what I mean. For those who are operating virtually.
And you are right. But I think we need to deal with three things and help them to understand that they will not avoid liability for long. The enforcement challenges are completely different from the questions of liability, and they need to learn them.
Okay. Judge Sapon, thank you very much for your time.
God bless you. Bro.
Right. Bashiratu, let's hear you. Hello, Bashiratu.
Yes, Samson, thank you. I want to start with a comment that nothing can justify what has happened in Obuasi, either on the part of the citizens and on the part of the police. Now, there's an issue of whether Anglo Gold has a right to be there, and the discussion around, even if I have a right to eat and I have a right to survive, who is responsible?
Oh, what just happened to her line? But Bashiratu, we have a difficulty with your internet. It looks like it's frozen, but you are beginning to make an important point. But Honorable Yunusa, do you know if there is any question as to whether Anglo Gold, any question as to their right to be on those properties?
That's their property. They've occupied the property since they bought it from the. So when the property was transferred to them, and so that's their property, and everybody knows that that's their property. What is fueling the Galamsey activities is the price of gold. Okay, the people are saying that you can easily make money by going to dig up the ground, collect some samples, grind them, use mercury to extract the gold, and go and sell. And people are very callous, even in their handling of mercury. I mean, when I visited there, I saw a small boy put the mercury bottle in the mouth, trying to open it by the teeth. You know, very, very, I mean, you can imagine that this is what is happening. And you see, the moral hazards. We are not even looking at the moral hazards. Look, these people are despoiling the environment, and then we are going to use resources that we have used in developing other areas to go and clean up their mess.
But you know, there's the question, bigger question that people like Oliver will ask you guys. You are the government, and you are the one who has given the concessions out. Meanwhile, these communities are the poorest of the poor, and they are visited by all sorts of disease. What is happening? So that's why sometimes they get up and they listen to voices like we have been, condemning, to do what they are doing. Frank Davis, do you sense the frustration in the voice of Mr. George Sapong to your concern, because they have issued caution upon caution and nothing seems to happen?
You see, Samson, I surely can see his clear frustrations. You see, but I don't think it should end there. You see, what is the difficulty being encountered in having this media station or broadcast shut down? what is the challenge? Because if the board of that media outlet, I don't know what the constitution of the board is, which people are on that board, but if a board of such a media outlet can justify, rightfully so to speak, that the comments, utterances, and the kind of irresponsibility exhibited by these journalists can stand the test of time, then I don't know what is happening in Ghana. I don't know what the Ghana Institute of Journalism itself is doing.
Should we do something about the law that NMC works with so that it can empower them to do beyond this persuasive approach that they do?
Samson, exactly. That is the only way.